So for tonight's class, like I said, we're going to do a pretty deep restorative, which means we're going to be using this bolster quite a bit. But to get us started, I would love to have you take one of your blocks and you're going to put it on either this height. So blocks have 3 heights. We got height number 1, height number 2, height number 3. So I like to usually use it on the second height for this, and we're going to start in a supported bridge pose. And so what that looks like is coming down to your back, pressing your hips up, and inserting this block underneath the small of your back. And so really it's what you would call your tailbone, which anatomically speaking is your sacrum. And so it's the lowest part of your back. It's below your waist. Yes, and if that second height feels too tall, turn it to the more flat setting. You can play around here until you find what feels right for you. Feel free to add your blanket underneath your neck and shoulders. I should have probably said that before you got fully situated, but if your neck and shoulders feel like they want some cushioning, go ahead and add that for yourself. And then in the diffuser tonight, I'm diffusing lemongrass and wintergreen. And this combination together is what I call the surrendering blend. And so lemongrass is all about cleansing, clearing out stagnant energies, clearing out debris. Like if you think of mucus in the chest, right? I was talking about being sick. So think about the mucus that's in your life, so to speak, and in your spaces. Right? Any unwanted thoughts, feelings, emotions, just energy. Lemongrass can help to cleanse those things away. And so oftentimes people will use lemongrass to bless a new home or a new space or a new office, or to cleanse out energies from people that might have been there prior. Maybe you had some friends or family visit and they left kind of an interesting vibe. Lemongrass. And then wintergreen is the oil of surrendering, and so really it's just about taking time to release and relax. And so with that, take a big inhale breath through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your chest, and then exhale, let it out through your mouth. Do that 2 more times. Big inhale, big belly, big chest. And then exhale, make any kind of noise that you want to make. We all chose to be in this room together. It's okay if your voice comes through in these exhales. We really want to drop in and sink in here. So again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And the use of your voice in the exhale can sometimes be referred to as toning. And when you use your voice that way, it helps to release stuck emotions. And so that's something that you could even do in private, in your car, before you go in somewhere. If you know that it's going to be rough, you could kind of do some like some toning like that, where you just use your voice to move energy. Okay. So here, just tune in with your breath, tune in with your body. This might be a very different position than your body is used to being in, or maybe you've never been supported by a block this way, and it's okay. All right. Go ahead and remove the block from underneath you and hug your knees into your chest. You could even plant your feet with your knees up towards the sky, and you could windshield wiper your legs a little bit from side to side, or you could hug knees in and rock a little bit front and back, side to side. We're going to play around with the strap a little bit. I love that we finally have props back. It's been a long year and a half teaching yoga without all the props. Okay, so releasing the grip on your knees. Go ahead and take your strap and strap it around both of your feet and extend your legs up to the sky. So both feet in the strap. Feet can be touching close together, or they can be apart. I like to have mine a little bit apart, but sometimes I like to start with my feet together, and I like to pull my legs in towards my chest. So any amount that you want to pull here. Just use your breath, making sure that your breath is constantly rolling with you here, because your in breath gives you that oxygen that you need, and your out breath gives your body the space to release. So really taking time to have that space, and then play around here. So there's really not a set way to be. You could move around, you could spread your legs wide inside the strap. I really love taking a super wide stance inside the strap. Right? You could rock from side to side. Just start exploring here. Kind of like we do when I teach cat and cow, right? With cat and cow, you get to move around a lot. So same thing here. You can move around a lot. Do the things that you already know to do with a strap. If you've played with a strap before, this is kind of like yogi recess at the beginning of class, right? I usually give you yogi recess at the end. You could consider this a little bit of playtime where you get to do you the way that you want to. Good. Okay. So kind of finishing up with whatever you've chosen for yourself, and then we're going to go ahead and take the right foot into the strap. Let the left foot fall down to the floor, or maybe your whole leg is coming down to the floor. You get to choose. Choose whichever gives you the most access into your right leg. Yes. And then you get to choose how far would you like to bring your knee towards your chest. Leg can be as bent as you want it to be. It can be as straight as you want it to be. Use your breath. Okay, now keeping a hold of the strap with your right hand, go ahead and send your leg out to the right. So you're going to hold on with your right hand. Your foot is still strapped in there, and maybe even anchoring your left hip down with your left hand so that it's not popping up off of your mat. You could place your bolster next to you so that your leg can land on top of it if you wanted to do that. I don't have my strap around my foot, but ideally you would still have a hold of your strap here because we are going to cross over in a minute. Just give you some time and space to be here and breathe into this shape. Notice what this feels like down the back of your leg. You might feel something in your knee. You might feel it in your hamstrings. You might be feeling it in your groin area, hips, your low back. Just notice without judgment. Notice what's coming up. Send your breath to any spaces that really are asking for more. Allow your face to soften here. You might be gripping with your hand, but see if you can allow everything else to be soft. Take about 3 more breaths here. Okay, and then take a big inhale breath, and on your exhale, bring your leg up through to the middle and switch hands with your strap. So you're gonna now put your strap into your left hand and cross your right leg over your left, still holding onto your strap. So you're coming into this big twist, and maybe your right arm is reaching out to the side. Good, keep breathing here. All right, take 3 breaths, and on your third exhale, come back through to the middle. So, and when you find the middle again, you might take both knees into your chest before switching your feet over into the strap so that then your left foot is in the strap. And we go on this little journey, this time with less of my voice and more of what you remember. So again, now your left foot is in the strap. You know where we're going. We're going, pulling in towards your chest, out to the side, and then crossing over. So now you get to control how long you stay in each. So if you're like, yeah, I don't really want to pull forward towards my face, but I really want to open my leg out to the side and be there longer, then go ahead and take that. And then when you take your leg out to the side, option for you to rest it on that bolster so that you have some support. Yeah, and so be holding on here with your left hand and allow your right arm to take a break. Notice here if it feels different on this side. It might. Your body might have some different things that it's telling you about this experience. It might like it better right here, might not like it so much. It's okay. All right, take a big breath in, and on your exhale breath, lift your foot up to the sky, switch hands with your strap, and come into that twist. Now crossing over. And then this might be like a whole other ball game here, right? Be gentle with yourself. All right, last few breaths. All right, last inhale. Exhale, come back through to center. Go ahead and release the strap. And then hug both knees in. Let's take happy baby pose here. So feet up towards the sky, knees are bent. Taking a hold of your ankles or your pants or the outer edges of your feet or maybe your big toes, whatever it is that you can grab. Pull your knees down towards the earth, creating a big opening here for your low body. Good. Go ahead and release those legs. We're going to kind of come up to a seated position. And we're going to set ourselves up for a very deeply resting pose here. So first let's start with taking your bolster and you're going to bring it and you're going to set it up so that it's like on this, here I'll do it this way so that you can see it from behind. So one block goes like this and it kind of is about halfway. The other block is on the taller setting or something like that. Like the low part of the bolster gets supported by the block and so does the top. Okay, and so what's going to happen is you're going to lay back on this, and I might have to help you because sometimes it's tricky. So we'll get that part first. You're going to do it behind. You're going to go back further so that you can use the length of your mat. So we're going to go like that, there. It's like a real science to get it like exactly. I know it kind of depends on that. Yeah, your block's better like that. There, okay. Okay, so that's step one. I promise this will work. Okay. He's like, I don't know. Maybe like that. Okay. Let's work with the fat one right here. That would be good right there. Maybe. Okay, so step one. Step two, You're going to take your strap and you're going to run the end through the D-ring or through whatever closure it has. Make sure that it's flat, so that it's not twisted, because it's going to go around your body. So first, just get it in there so that it's kind of like on the widest setting that it can be on. Okay? I promise you all this, it's going to be worth it. I promise, once we're done, it's going to be worth it. And then you're going to put it around your waist. And then get it so that the end is in front of you so that you can work with it, but kind of off to the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our feet together. You're almost there. And you're going to wrap it around your feet. And then you're going to tighten this thing. Yep. And so what ends up happening is you create this support system. I know, it's like, what? And then I don't have my thing set up, but you guys have yours set up. And so then you get to lean back, and this strap kind of just holds everything in. So you want it to be nice and tight. Yeah, you want it to be kind of tight because you want it to really be holding your waist and your feet. It should feel pretty effortless to be in this position. That's the whole idea. So if you're not feeling like it's effortless, then maybe I need to help you a little bit. But if you're feeling like it's effortless, then you've arrived. One other option is I'm going to do it for you because you have a thicker chest, is to put a blanket underneath this to give you a little more, yeah. You might have gone too tight with your thing, but yeah, I would loosen it a little bit. It's okay. And these are fun to work with, but yeah, I would loosen it so that you have a decent amount of space here, because you're like way in. So I would kind of give yourself a little more room there. Yeah, something like that. Does that feel better? A little bit, yeah. So now really the idea is that you get to just, you get to be there without worrying about what's happening to your body. And I know that if this is new for you, then it can feel very different and like interesting. And so I challenge you to settle in, and I'm going to read you a prayer. This is a prayer of honoring security. Thank you for this day of spiritual grounding. Untie me from the ship previously lost at sea and place my feet on solid ground. Earth me in what I know to be true, all I have been taught that has served me well. Lift my eyes to recognize and take in what supports and sustains me. Surround me with the wealth of community, the abundance of nature, and the prosperity of fulfillment. Imagine me a hunter of the soul's treasures, returning with sound intelligence for sharing at the home hearth. Help me to reach my potential as your gardener and preservationist by placing me regularly among the plants and animals. Help me till into the soil that which feeds and nurtures it to health, in a circular gesture of receiving and giving back through the seasonal turns. Let me mother those who find me on the trail, as I have been held and encouraged by you and those special loved ones who saw my need. Let me repay the favor. Let me value others and hold them in high regard. Let me witness the deepest promise of greatness in each living creature I meet. Let me believe in the fruit that has yet to be born from them and support them with my friendship. Show me my purpose so I may celebrate and value the work I've done while enjoying the simple pleasures of spirited exchange among my kind. Remind me of what it took to get here. Regenerate my energy. Educate me in the economics of harmony. Retrain my rhythm to the heartbeat of the ground that cradles me. Run with my spirit through the fields of revelry, and let me never forget that I belong to you. Bless me with the immodest songs of merriment. May my days of hesitancy be behind. Surrender me to the ambition of the mountain, my final destination of this quest. Lodge within my banks of reason the fact that I am provided for in all ways. Remind me that I am of you and my sister and my brother too. Accept our thanks for all of creation and for this journey. Notice your breath here. We're almost done in this pose. Just really take in your own breath, the space that you've created for yourself. The stability of the props underneath you and the strap around your waist and your feet, holding everything together. Give gratitude for the moment. All right, start deepening your breath. I'm sure that some of you could fall asleep here, but I'm not going to let you tonight. So start deepening your breath. Just kind of bringing yourself back slowly. Beginning to open your eyes. Sitting upright. Removing the strap from around your feet, and you can pull it off of your body and set it aside. And with the bolster, I want to offer you the opportunity now to lie it flat. So remove the blocks from underneath it, lie it flat, and we're going to just open up into this big fat heart opener. And now here you can choose your feet again. So if you liked your feet together, you could go there. I would recommend maybe taking your feet and planting them down and letting your knees touch together to kind of counteract where your legs have been for the last several minutes, or even extending your legs out in front of you. And then, Luke, for you, I would put that blanket underneath your head. And the reason I recommend that is because in a male body, your chest is deeper. Well, so actually, yeah, that'll work. Yes. Because we want to be able to elevate your head a little bit because you're thicker bodied right here. And so for you to lay back, it sometimes can feel like you're falling back. So yeah. And actually move back a little bit more so that the bolster, nope, you want your bolster to be like at the waist here. So the idea is that you're going to open through your chest really big. So that you're like, yeah, like see how she's like open through the chest? Yeah, exactly. Good. Opportunity to take a big cleansing breath here in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. And you can change anything about this. You could change your legs or whatever you want to change at any time. So again, connecting to your breath. I'm going to count a little bit of breath for you. We're going to do an equalizing breath, so an inhale of 4 and an exhale of 4. So I'm going to start now. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for a moment. And now exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold your breath at the bottom of that for a moment. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Sip in a little more air. Keep holding. Keep holding. Got all the air you need. Keep holding. You're doing great. Good. Exhale. Now return to your own breathing pattern. We'll lie here for about another minute. Okay, start deepening, waking up your arms, preparing yourself to sit back up off of this bolster. And now you can keep it behind you and swing your legs over to the right. And just keep that bolster back there. And you're going to turn around. I'll turn this way so you can see. You're just going to swing your legs around. Bolsters should already just kind of be like set up and ready to go. And you're going to turn to lay onto this bolster. And you can choose if your face is going to point towards the same direction as your knees, or maybe you want to try to twist your upper body a little bit more. You get to choose. You can adjust your legs however you want to. If your knees want to be more stacked, they can be. Whatever feels right. You could even put a blanket between your legs if that felt good. Yeah, you may need to make some adjustments. We got body parts that like to get in the way of this pose sometimes, and so just make any adjustments that you need to. Now notice here your breath. Notice if you're gripping, if you feel like you're trying to hang on or grip anywhere. See if you can soften the grip. Allow your eyes to be very heavy. Allow your cheeks to be heavy, your arms to be heavy. Thank you for this day of spiritual grounding. Untie me from the ship previously lost at sea and place my feet on solid ground. Earth me in what I know to be true, all I have been taught that has served me well. Lift my eyes to recognize and take in what supports and sustains me. Surround me with the wealth of community, the abundance of nature, and the prosperity of fulfillment. All right, we're going to start to transition here. So start by deepening your breath, wiggling your fingers, kind of activating your arms. And you're going to press yourself up from the bolster and just swing your legs over to the second side. And make any adjustments that you need to make with your legs. If you're using a blanket between your legs, you can go ahead and get it placed there. and then resting down onto the bolster. Good. Notice here if you're clenching anywhere. Check in with your jaw. Check in with your hands and your feet. Imagine me a hunter of the soul's treasures, returning with sound intelligence for sharing at the home hearth. Help me to reach my potential as your gardener by placing me regularly among the plants and animals. Help me till into the soil that which feeds and nurtures it to health, in a circular gesture of receiving and giving back through the seasonal turns. Let me mother those who find me on the trail, as I have been held and encouraged by you and those special loved ones who saw my need. Let me repay the favor. Let me value others and hold them in high regard. Let me witness the deepest promise of greatness in each living creature I meet. Let me believe in the fruit that has yet to be born from them and support them with my friendship. All right, starting to deepen the breath, wiggling the fingers and toes, bringing your arms back, pressing yourself up off of the bolster. And now we get to go into a supported child's pose here. So now your bolster gets to come in front of you. And I'll demonstrate this way. So bolster's in front of you. You're going to take your knees wide. And you might take the blanket that you have and roll it up a little bit and run it across your ankles here. And give your booty somewhere to rest so that you can rest onto your bolster. Your bolster should come in between your legs, and your entire upper body, including your head, should be supported by this bolster. So pull it out a little bit. There you go. Yeah. And then you're going to shift back. Yep. And then you're going to turn your head to one side. And I'm going to give you a cue partway through the pose that it tells you that you can go ahead and turn your head, but you don't have to wait for me. So if at any point you feel like you want to turn your head, then go for it. But I will give you that cue so you don't have to think about it. All right, again here, notice your breath. Maybe take a big breath into your back. So there's nowhere to go, nothing to do. And this is our last pose before we do our final rest. So just know that you've got this bolster underneath you to support you, taking advantage of this space and time that you've chosen tonight. Show me my purpose so I may celebrate and value the work I've done while enjoying the simplest pleasures of spirited exchange among my kind. Remind me of what it took to get here. Regenerate my energy. Educate me in the economics of harmony. Retrain my rhythm to the heartbeat of the ground that cradles me. I love that train. It's the Om train. All right, if you haven't turned your head and you want to, this is a good time to do that. Again, notice your breath. Stay in your body. Send your breath into your back, between your shoulders, down your back. It's not easy to be still. It's not easy to rest deeply and be gentle with yourself as you wrestle with the stillness. You're doing so good. Okay. So now starting to deepen, wiggling your fingers, waking up your arms. You're going to press yourself up slowly. And I usually do Shavasana, like you can do whatever you want, but tonight I really would love to have you guys end with legs up the wall. I think that that just feels so right. And so for legs up the wall, I would offer for you to put your blanket underneath where your back is going to be. And so if you don't know what legs up the wall looks like, I would say blanket up to the wall here. And then you're going to come all the way here and bring your legs up and allow your legs to be supported by the wall. And maybe you want to be super close to the wall. Maybe you want to be a little bit further away so that your feet are on the wall and your knees are a little bit bent. So choose for yourself how your legs want to go. And we're going to rest this way for the next 5 minutes. And I'm going to play the sound bowls. And so just getting yourself all set up here. So that, yeah. I usually start my classes this way, but when I was driving here tonight, I was like, I think we're going to end class with legs up the wall. And I almost started you in regular Shavasana, but I didn't. So here we are at the end of our journey together. And where there's an ending, there's also a beginning. And you get to choose what that beginning is going to be for you when you leave here. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe it's just an end of the class and life carries on. But maybe there's something that you heard in that prayer or something that came to you internally as a new inner standing, a knowing that you get to work with for the next week until you make it back into the studio or till whenever the next time is that you land on your mat. What did I do? I was trying to tell it no, and it told me yes. Okay. Run with my spirit through the fields of revelry, and let me never forget that I belong to you. Bless me with the immodest songs of merriment. May my days of hesitancy be behind me. Surrender me to the ambition of the mountain, my final destination of this quest. Lodge within my banks of reason the fact that I am provided for in all ways. Remind me that I am of you, and my sister and my brother too. Accept our thanks for all of creation and for this journey. All right, feel free to add any movement that you want to move before we come out. If you wanted to open your legs wide, anything, just take a different shape. Just kind of that last little letting go. It's not our traditional way to end class, but I feel like this is supportive tonight. And just breathe into whatever you've chosen. And when you feel ready, you can start making your way out of the pose. And rolling over until you find one side and you find yourself come into a seat so we can close out together. All right, you guys have the post-yoga bliss hair and faces going on, which is good. That's my favorite. All right, so bringing your hands down to the ground beside you. We'll call this the earth for right now. I'm just going to anchor into the earth here, imagining that you have a big root coming out from the base of your spine, descending down into the earth, latching on wherever it can to keep you supported and stable. This is like your root chakra here. And then imagine that from both of your palms, you have roots growing out, and from all 10 of your fingertips, there are roots, and they're growing wild and free. And they're spreading really wide all around this room. We're connecting here to one another until all of our roots are connected, and then we're sending all of our energetic roots over to the Zoom screen where we've got 2 people who've made a choice to practice yoga with us from the comfort of their space. Until we're all joined together in this connection here, this practice of yoga. Turn your palms up and inhale, scoop up all this energy that we created here together. And exhale, bring that energy down in front of your heart. And I would love for you to carry this energy with you as long as you can. Spread it to anybody that you feel needs this kind of energy, maybe someone that is struggling today or somebody that you see on the road that just needs that extra little smile or that extra nod. But keep a lot of this, big fat slice of this energy just for yourself. You deserve it. Thank you so much. Namaste.